Hey, this is Zach from Bay Ledges, and I'm here to talk about our new song, I Remember, with Dark Matters. Let's do it.
Saw you walking home with your best friend. Mom left a note, see you on the...
This was kind of like a different approach to the songwriting than we've done in the past. I met with a producer, Miro Mackey, and we kind of like put all the music together. And then I took that and kind of met with Georgia, wrote some lyrics, and I thought it would be cool to kind of do like a duet style. I've never really done a song like that, so yeah, it was just kind of like trying something totally different than some of the previous Bay Ledges stuff. I feel like the EP, I'm curious also what the EP is gonna sound like. I think there's like a lot of different songs floating around right now, but I do think they all kind of have their own feeling, and so I'm trying to figure out now kind of what group of songs kind of all work together. I feel like I Remember, there's definitely a spirit in that song that I'm sure will just be throughout everything else, but I'm also betting everything else will sound a little different too. Yeah, we have a music video coming very soon, next week sometime. I don't really like karaoke that much, but maybe it would be like the Dirty Dancing song, Time of My Life. That feels like a song you can get into, but I usually stay away from karaoke. I don't know, surprisingly, I feel weird when I'm doing it. I don't know why.
We ain't broken yet.
The reaction to Safe was crazy, yeah. It was just a song that I had, put out on Spotify. And at the time, I was kind of preparing to not do music anymore, to kind of maybe do something different. And suddenly it started to get all this traction on Spotify and kind of like opened up the door for music again for me. And it was very unexpected and amazing. It's very cool. Usually I'll write a song on acoustic guitar, come up with like some rough song idea, and then record it, maybe chop up the guitar, come up with like some synth and drum stuff, and then I'll like have Georgia come by. We'll figure out some like parts for her to sing, just stuff that sounds good, and then after that I'll kind of go back in and chop up her voice or shift things around. And so it usually feels like a collage, like the song kind of comes together a lot of times as I'm recording it. So that's been the process up to this point for the most part. Yeah, I think it's hard to like sing anything vulnerable in front of anyone. Usually I think because of the way the songs have come together, I'm typically kind of working them out first and then kind of bringing it to Georgia. It feels a little less terrifying than like just starting from scratch. But yeah, I still to this day always feel vulnerable, like when singing some stuff that feels very, private.
The sun comes up, get into my bed. I don't want to speak to
I mean, you're siblings, so like, you just kind of have that history together. I think like the nature of our working relationship is, if we were working together more intensely, there might be, it might be a lot more difficult. It's been really good. But it is tough at times because you know each other so well and we like grew up together. You just have all that history. So it's like, you have that level of comfort, which is great, but it can also, you can like get on each other's nerves sometimes, and all that stuff happens too.
We play in the stars when the sun comes up.
I saw that question. No, I don't think we don't call our mom to settle an argument. I mean, one thing that I feel really grateful for when this project started, you know, I wasn't really even sure what Georgia's role was going to be. It was just kind of like singing some parts in some of the recordings. She has like done an incredible job of just kind of jumping in and doing, you know, singing the parts that were needed, and I think because of working together like that over the last year, I think we've like developed a really just kind of honest relationship that is really, really helpful when working together.
I don't wanna speak to someone.
No. I mean, I personally, it's so weird, like I don't really like lobster at all. I usually, like, we would go as a family to like a lobster place and I would be the one who ordered like a hamburger or something. The rest of my family loves lobster. Georgia loves lobster. Yeah, but that's like as far as my relationship goes with lobster. I do love a lobster shack. Like, it's awesome to be there, and I like worked for a lobsterman for a little while when I was living back in Maine, which was awesome. I loved it, but I still don't really like lobster that much. We didn't spend a lot of time in the Maine music scene, but I think early on, like watching, you know, Ray LaMontagne came out of Maine, and watching him when he was first getting started was amazing and really inspiring. And then there's a band there now called Armies, which they're awesome. Like to open for Beck maybe sometime would be amazing. He is definitely a hero of mine. And then I love like Washed Out, Tame Impala, Zora We Moi, The War on Drugs. They're all bands that would be amazing to open for any of them. Yeah, there's definitely a difference. I think, you know, when things started, I was just making the songs in my room, and, you know, just working that way. And the last year has been more of me working with some other producers and writers, and that's definitely made the songs sound a little different. And I think it's also kind of brought me back to seeing, you know, what is it that makes Bayledges Bayledges, and getting more in touch with that. But yeah, there's some changes, but I think there'll be a lot that will remain the same too.